Hey everyone, welcome to In the Beyond. Today we're back with another timeless pick a card reading, and we're going to be bringing through a message from the ancestors today. So what wisdom or advice do they have for you today? We have 3 piles to choose from. We have pile number 1 with the Horned Man of Kalima, as well as the blue fluorite crystal. For pile number 2, we have the South American Trip to the Lower World and the green zoisite crystal. And for pile number 3, we have the Priestess of Malta with the clear calcite crystal. So yeah, take as much time as you need to see which crystal and which card is calling out to you. That is going to be the pile that has a message for you today. You will find your timestamp in the description box below. And yeah, let's get into this reading. Let's see what's in the cards, and let's go in the beyond. Hey, pile 1, if you guys were drawn to the blue fluorite crystal, as well as the Horned Man of Kalima card, this is going to be your reading. Let's see what the ancestors want you to know today. So as I tune into this card, I'm getting a feeling like maybe you've been overwhelmed, weighed down, having a lot of maybe self-doubt or negative thinking. And the ancestors are coming through today to talk about clearing your mind and clearing your headspace, clearing your thoughts, having a quiet and still mind. As you quiet your mind and you quiet your thoughts, you will be able to hear the wisdom of the ancestors more clearly, and they will be able to rain down their wisdom onto you. That's what I'm hearing here. I'm seeing like a cloud in the card right here, and they want to share wisdom and advice with you, but I think maybe you've been kind of consumed with worry or self-doubt or something of more negative thinking, and they really want you to focus on clearing your mind at this time. Let's pull some tarot cards to go deeper here. Pile 1. Messages from the ancestors for pile 1. Messages from the ancestors for pile 1. Wisdom, advice. Yeah, I think there's been a lot of like mental chatter happening, really focusing on meditation, quieting the mind, clearing thoughts. Let's see what we have. We have the Mother of Earth with the creosote bush. It's a beautiful ancient plant from the American Southwest. We have the 5 of Fire with black cohosh. So this is the 5 of Wands, signifying a lot of conflict. The Mother of Water with oats here. The Hanging One with burdock root. The 10 of Water with red clover. The 3 of Fire with calendula, and the Wheel of Fortune with kitchen garden. Beautiful. So the ancestors are coming through today to talk about soothing your mind and soothing your mental space, soothing the chatter, because there is wisdom they want to impart on you. We have the Hanging One here, and this is just like perfect for what is happening right now. And what the ancestors want to communicate with you. They would like to show you more wisdom with the runes here. They want to show you more signs and synchronicities. They want to show you more healing if that's something you've been focusing on. They want to show you more of the ancient ways, and they want to share the wisdom of like healing and the ancient ways with you. But it's going to take you guys changing up your perspective, changing up the way you see things. Like I said, I'm getting a strong feeling like it's soothing the mental space, soothing your mind, de-stressing as well if that's something that you feel like you need to do. Maybe you've been really stressed out and overburdened, overworked. I see there could be conflicts as well when you are maybe at work or maybe in your family life. I'm seeing like conflicts with people that you feel close to. And we have all this energy coming in with the 10 of Cups here and the Queen of Cups. We have tons of soothing energy that wants to come in from the ancestors, from Mother Earth, from Spirit. If you've been feeling called to give offerings to ancestors or offerings to the spiritual energies that you connect with, that could be something that could help you on your journey at this time, because we do have the beautiful Mother of Earth card, so the Queen of Pentacles here, and it's illustrating an offering, somebody leaving an offering in a sacred place in nature to really communicate and open up the communication with the spirit world. I feel like the communication from ancestors and spirit is trying to reach you, but for some reason you have been unable to hear with the horned man here. It could be stress is making you not be able to hear the voice of ancestors and spirit. It could be, like I said, obstacles, conflict, anxiety, mental stress, mental and emotional burdens here. So the message today is to try to soothe your emotional body as well as your mental space. Try to bring the soothing energy of the oats, of the red clover, and of calendula into your subtle body, into your space again. Calendula is a beautiful soothing herb. It's very healing for skin. It's very soothing as well. The petals have a lot of medicinal properties. And honestly, with the Wheel of Fortune here, the kitchen garden, I feel like this is representing kind of the wisdom that the ancestors want to bring to you. This kitchen garden is representing 8 different herbs that coincide with the different seasons and different times of the year. So the Wheel of the Year here. Lots of different herbs here with different medicinal properties, each good for a different part of the year. And I feel like this is representing almost like a library of knowledge that the ancestors want to impart on you. I think they want to gift you, like with the sacred offering here, I think they want to gift you lots of knowledge, lots of wisdom, and all you need to do to be open to receive that wisdom is, like I said, start to soothe your body, your emotions, and your mental space so you can be open to receiving their guidance. And we do have the blue fluorite crystal as well for your pile. And blue fluorite is a great crystal for focus, mental focus, clarity, stability. If you feel called to work with fluorite at this time, that could be beneficial for your journey. But you don't have to feel drawn to fluorite. I just think the message for you today is to really focus on clearing your mind, clearing your headspace, doing some meditations, soothing emotions, soothing whatever is flared up in your life. There could be a lot of inflammation in your body or inflammation in your thoughts, and you're just being called to work on soothing that. Work on calming that, calming the mind, calming the body. Because the ancestors want to really communicate with you. They want you to open up to all of their wisdom that they want to share with you. And the wisdom is also inside of you. Perhaps you've been getting a lot of clairsentient nudges. I see like the wisdom being inside of you as well, like in your DNA, in your blood, in your bones. And you just need to start to listen to these things. Start listening to your body more, listening to your emotions, just listening to the silence and the stillness, because that's where you're going to find this wisdom. So let's pull a few more oracle cards for you guys to get more messages from the ancestors. Pile 1. Messages from the ancestors for pile 1. Messages from the ancestors, please. We have the Great Mystery with trust. Yes, I feel like this is kind of representing you and your ability to start opening up to seeing and hearing spirit, following those signs and synchronicities. The ancestors just want you to start to open and to trust. Trust what you're seeing, trust what you're hearing, trust the quiet messages, the subtle hints and nudges that you've been getting from the universe. It's all about just being open and receptive, clearing and purifying your body, heart and mind, your subtle energetic body as well. Ooh, we have the upper world with future. I feel like this card is just representing that knowledge and that wisdom that's wanting to come into your life. Yeah, the ancestors, they want to just impart you with such ancient wisdom. The ancient wisdom of astrology is being represented here in this card, of the celestial bodies, of how the heavens move and work. I feel like that's a metaphor for the deep ancient knowledge that the ancestors want to share with you. We also have the Sea Creatures card with immersion. Yeah, I feel like this is representing all of the spiritual energy and spiritual guides that you guys have around you right now, and ancestors even. I think you're very watched over and protected by ancestors and animal guides, and just your spirit guides as well. With the starfish, I'm getting like this feeling around destiny. I think some of the wisdom and knowledge that is wanting to be shared with you has to do with your destiny. There's some kind of unfolding here with divine timing and with destiny that the ancestors are speaking about. And the first step is for you to be open and receptive. Start listening to the calling of the ancestors. Start listening to the call of spirit. Take those first steps on the journey, and this new path will be unfolding. It'll be taking you to a destined path. It'll be taking you to fated events, fated moments, fated encounters, fated meetings. There's something very potent here. Lots of wisdom is coming to you. Be open and be ready to receive and listen for it. Today, if you have time and if you can, I would strongly recommend doing one activity to clear your mind and maybe clear emotions. So maybe if you feel more called to do something like journaling, getting all of your feelings, thoughts, and emotions on a page so they're not in your mind anymore, that could be really helpful. If you feel called to do something like meditation or yoga or dancing, something where you're getting out of your mind and you're getting back into your body, like, you know, just putting on your favorite music, getting into the rhythm of it, being fully present in your body, not so much in your head space. Also, that could be meditation for other people, just really focusing on the breath and silencing or just observing thoughts. So I would highly recommend finding whatever works for you. It could be something more creative, it could be something more tapping into nature, like gardening or going for a walk in a forest. Whatever works for you. Try to do one thing today where you can quiet your mind, soothe your thoughts, and soothe your emotions. Get back into your body. That's going to allow you to open up to the wisdom that the ancestors want to share with you. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Pile 1. Thank you all so much for joining me today. If you did like this reading, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated with you. I always love to read the comments and I love doing these readings. And yeah, I really hope to see you in one of my next readings. Hey, pile 2, if you guys were drawn to the green Zoze as well as the South American trip to the lower world, this is going to be a reading. Let's see what the ancestors want you guys to know today. So as I'm tapping into this beautiful card, I'm just hearing the words new growth. I think the ancestors want to talk about a time of like flourishing, a new chapter in your life, new growth is coming. Let's pull some more tarot cards to go deeper here. And the card does talk about a trip to the lower world, and the lower world in shamanism is where animals reside, animal spirits, spirits of very earthly beings, as well as ancestors and things like that. So I think the ancestors are just talking about how everything that nurtures the earth, new growth, it all comes from that void space. It all comes from the underworld energy, so to speak. So, pile 2. Messages from the ancestors for pile 2. Wisdom, advice from the ancestors for pile 2. Let's see what wants to come in. Ooh, we have the Healer of Earth with Sweet Grass. So this is the King of Pentacles in traditional tarot. So, wow, a lot of that earthy energy coming through, that nurturing earth energy. Ooh, we have the Healer of Air, the Curandera of Air with Rosemary. So this is also the King of Swords in the traditional tarot. So strong ancestors are coming through already. We have these ancient energies coming through. You guys are working strongly right now with the element of earth. I see very powerful ancestors coming through. I just keep being drawn to these leafy plant here. New growth from a very ancient source is how I'm feeling so far. We have the 3 of Water, 3 of Cups with Lemon Balm. Ooh, we have the 2 of Fire, the 2 of Swords with Bee Balm. We have the Haya of Air, the Daughter of Air. This is the Page of Swords with Catnip. That beautiful, creative, playful energy coming through. Ooh, we have Justice with Cannabis. Look at all these earthy, leafy, green things coming through to support you guys. Earthy energy coming through. We have the 4 of Air with Lavender. Okay, so the 4 of Swords with the lavender here. Wow. Let me just tap into this energy. there's different messages coming through, so kind of take the ones that resonate. Right away, I'm getting the message that you might be working on a creative project that has maybe been a little stagnant. And now all of a sudden, a new rush of growth is coming in for this creative project. New, very verdant, lush energy is coming into your world as creative force, as creative energy. I'm being really drawn to this little sun motif here. And I'm just getting the energy of new growth for creative projects, creative endeavors. A different message here, maybe for some other people here, it's talking about, the ancestors are talking about a heart space awakening, heart space healing, if that is something that is resonating with you at this time, of focus on your heart chakra, on your heart space, bringing in more love, bringing in more self-care, bringing in a time where your heart space is allowed to reopen, blossom, and bloom again. If that resonates with you, I'm seeing that in the Daughter of Air card here with the catnip. Perhaps you've gone through grief and loss and your heart has been a little closed off. Now the ancestors are speaking about a time of awakening and heart opening again, and bringing in that innocent, curious, playful energy that is represented by the Page of Swords here, the Daughter of Air, the catnip energy, that playful energy of when, if you've ever seen a cat around catnip, bringing that back into your heart space. That's a message for a few people here. There is more stuff coming through. This is a very diverse pile with the messages. I'm also interesting. I'm also really drawn to the scythe here and the scythe here, talking about harvesting that new growth. You might be coming into a time where it's now your creative projects, maybe you have been working on them diligently, and maybe it's time to harvest, reap what you sow in some way. This could be about a book project coming to completion and you're ready to harvest it and put it out into the world. This could be talking about other creative endeavors. There's an energy here for harvesting what you've been nurturing, what you've been watching grow. It's about to come to completion and be ready to go out into the world on its own. Also here with the healer of the earth energy with the sweetgrass, this card talks about sacred reciprocity. The plant sweetgrass, it actually does better when it is harvested. It flourishes as it is harvested. So as you take away as you pick some of the sweetgrass, there's more room for more and new grass to grow. It's that same energy of if you have ever gardened like a flower garden and you know about deadheading flowers. That's when a flower blooms, it's dying back, it's focusing its energy on making seed. And so if you cut or prune those flowers before they make seed, you know, your rose bush or whatever flower garden you have, it's actually going to produce more flowers. So there's this very interesting energy here talking about harvesting and pruning. You guys are very tapped into that earthy energy right now, that earthy growth energy. Perhaps you've been planting a garden, going deeper into the cycles of the moon to plan your garden. Perhaps you've been working on lots of creative projects and you've been doing moon rituals around them. I'm just seeing a lot of that deep energy of fertility, planting with the cycles, the cyclical energy of new growth, blooming, harvesting the fruits at the right moment, at peak. Let me go deeper here. I'm gonna pull some more cards to see if anything specifically wants to be said in addition to what has already came out. So ancestors of pile 2. Any other messages for pile 2? The ancestors of pile 2. Is there more information that wants to come out? Is there more information for pile 2? Messages from the ancestors for pile 2. Oh, we have the Strength card. Yeah, talking about that heart-centered energy, that love and compassion. Talking about opening up your heart space again. The King of Swords. Oh, sorry, the Knight of Swords. The Queen of Cups. The Emperor. Ooh. 10 of Swords. 4 of Wands. Okay. Very interesting energy here. Again, a few different messages that are coming out. So I'm feeling like some of the messages are for a few of you guys. Another of the messages will be for other people here. I just feel like there's a lot of diversity in this pile, which is great. Yeah, they are talking strongly about nurturing yourself through the cycles of your own life. Perhaps you've kind of ended a specific cycle and now you are leveling up or having a moment where frustrations and obstacles are now behind you with 10 of Swords and Knight of Swords here. I'm seeing these two cards as talking about things that you're moving away from. I think you are moving away of a time when maybe you didn't get to speak your truth or speak what you wanted or focus on your own needs. Maybe you've been like a parent for a while, or you've just had a very demanding job or something, or a demanding partner, and you haven't been able to focus on yourself as much as you want. I see you guys now coming into a time of new growth that's kind of focused on you, focused on your inner child, focused on the places that you feel need care, love, and attention. Yeah, I'm seeing like so many different things. I'm seeing people now finally having the time to celebrate themselves, celebrate with friends, going out and just doing something lighthearted and fun. And it's kind of, there's this message around communication as well. Maybe you haven't been able to just have like the social life that you've wanted, but now you can be that social butterfly and you can have a good group of friends and go out more. I'm seeing like your responsibilities are maybe loosening up in some way. You will finally have time to maybe go out a few nights a week if that resonates with you. If you are a parent, maybe you will find good childcare, like a good babysitter or something, so you can just kind of do something for yourself for once. Because I'm seeing the Emperor here, and I feel like there's been a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things that have been maybe weighing on you. And finally, you get to be the Emperor in your life. You get to give yourself the self-love and the self-care that you've always been needing and craving. And yeah, I wasn't even picking up on it, but we have the Justice here. So I think something is finally going to be leveling out, evening out, and you finally get the time to focus on yourself. You finally get to put the energy and time into new growth for yourself. You'll be working on hopefully creative projects that you want. You can be working on having a heart chakra awakening, or just feeding your inner child with more self-love and self-care. I see a lot of energy. For whatever reason, it's now able to be given to yourself. When I think this pile is like, has been giving a lot of themselves to others. You might be a family person, you might be somebody who has a very, like I said, demanding job, or, you know, work life, or whatever it is. Your energy has been not able to be centered on yourself. And that is finally going to change, and you're finally going to be able to reap the benefits and reap the rewards of putting your energy into yourself. So you can be your own healer, you can be, you know, your focus can be on self-care, self-love, and really resting here. With the lavender and with the Four of Wands, do you see all these beautiful pandas in the tree, and they're mostly all resting? I think you're finally going to be able to rest and rejuvenate, focusing on getting some quiet time if that's what you want, or getting some relaxation, or like I said, getting some social time where you can just go out to dinner with your friends and feel free. Yeah, your time and energy is finally going to be able to be put back into yourself, and you guys get that new growth in whatever direction you want to bring that new growth in. So let's pull some more cards for you guys, get some more messages here from the ancestors. Messages from the ancestors, please, for my pile 2. Pile 2. Messages from the ancestors for pile 2. Yeah, I think there's a lot of growth, a lot of shifts, and a lot of change happening in your life. Ooh, the Sea Creatures Immersion card. Interesting. Yeah, I think you guys are finally going to be able to have the social life that you've always wanted. Maybe, yeah, you've been maybe like a new parent, and that's taken a lot of time. Or maybe you've just been putting all of your time and energy into career, or into family responsibilities, family obligations, extended family even, whatever it is. I finally see you guys being able to focus on yourself, bringing the wisdom, the joy, the service you bring to others. You finally get to give it to yourself, so you can fill yourself up with joy, you can fill yourself up with social engagements, whatever it is that you want to do. I'm finally, like, you guys will finally feel like you can go out and have a night out and do the things like that you want to do, whatever that is. Ooh, we have the Bones for Casting Divination card. This card, it speaks about looking out for signs and synchronicities from spirit, and in this case from ancestors. I think you're coming into a time, like I said, where you're going to have more time for yourself. So maybe one of your ambitions or goals could be to do more meditation, do more spiritual work. As well as this card is really talking for a need to focus on the messages, the symbols, and the signs and synchronicities that the ancestors and your spirit guides are putting into your reality and into the universe. So yeah, keep an eye out for special signs and symbols from ancestors or the universe and spirit guides and other deities or energies that you work with. There might be some major signs coming in to put you in a direction where you can actually have time for yourself. If you feel like you're not there yet, maybe new avenues and new things are going to be presenting themselves. New opportunities will come in and your life will get kind of changed up, there will be a shift, and that will allow these new energies to come in and change things up for you guys. Oh, we have the Offerings card with Wealth. Yeah, this is how I was feeling with all of like the harvesting energy when I was talking about you finally get to harvest your creative projects. You finally get to harvest, I don't know exactly what it's going to be for everyone. For some of you guys, like I said, creative projects, but like I just see this group has poured their energy into something. You've been pouring your energy into career, you've been pouring energy into family, into creative projects. I think it's going to be different for everyone here, and you guys will know exactly what you've been pouring your energy into. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe you've been working really hard to like own a home, or it could be anything. You've just been pouring energy into something, and this is the ancestors saying you will finally be able to receive the benefits from all of your hard work. You will be able to reap the rewards. You will be able to harvest the fields that you've planted. And you will be surrounded by a lot of wealth, material wealth, spiritual wealth as well, emotional wealth, whatever it is you've been pouring into, you are going to be getting that back as well. And this is just such a beautiful card with lots of energy here. I will just say, because this is an ancestor reading, if you have been giving offerings to ancestors, they have been receiving. This is a confirmation that they have received the offerings, and they've been helping you in the spirit world as well on your journey. If you feel called to make offerings to ancestors, this is a great sign that it is time, and the offerings will and would be received as well. So yeah, and I just keep being drawn to the heart space with all this green energy and even the fiery energy coming out in the oracle cards here. I keep being drawn to the heart space, your heart space, your passion. I think you're very centered. I think that's a very central theme for you guys right now, is what's going on in your heart space. So yeah, this was beautiful and very diverse. I loved this reading. That's what I'm seeing for you guys, group 2. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you did like this reading, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated with you. I always love to read the comments. I love to know how it resonates with everyone differently. Yeah, and just thank you guys so much for being here today, and I really hope to see you in one of my next readings. Hey Pile 3, if you guys were drawn to the clear calcite crystal as well as the Priestess of Malta card, this is going to be a reading. Let's see what messages the ancestors want to share with you today. So what wisdom, what advice do the ancestors have for you guys, Pile 3? As I'm tuning into this energy, I'm just feeling like an intuitive nudge here. I think the ancestors want to talk about those qualities of intuition, seeing in the dark, that kind of more mysterious energy here with priestess energy as well. Yeah, and I'm getting an energy of focusing on dreaming and clairvoyant abilities. Let's pull some tarot cards to get a deeper messages here for you guys. Messages from the ancestors of Pile 3, please. These just fell out. Messages from the ancestors of my Pile 3, please. What wisdom, what advice do the ancestors of Pile 3 have? Yeah, I'm getting a very divine feminine energy here. Picking up on that ancient priestess energy. Perhaps your ancestors on either side of the family were kind of intuitives. Maybe they were healers. Maybe some of them were priests or priestesses in more ancient times here. Beautiful energies coming out. Okay, so we have the current air of the air with rosemary. Beautiful. I'm getting these intuitive nudges here of this is a very powerful ancestor coming through. divine feminine energy here. Rosemary, it can also be, or it's also been called the Rose of Mary in ancient times, talking about like in that more Mary, like the mother Mary. Sorry, I was just going off on a tangent in my mind. Isis energy. The flowers of rosemary are blue. Mother Mary has been depicted over times with a blue kind of clothing, like in ancient Renaissance paintings. Mary was always depicted in lapis lazuli, which is a gemstone. In the Renaissance time, that gemstone was ground up as a pigment for Renaissance painters, and those painters were only allowed to use this very expensive pigment to depict Mother Mary. Her cloth and her clothing would be that beautiful deep blue color, if you're familiar with lapis lazuli. Yeah, so it's also connected to Isis, the blue star Isis, all of that very ancient and feminine energy is associated with these almost, I don't know if deities is the right word for like Mary and Isis. I don't really work with Mary or any of like the Bible stuff, but I just know Mary is also a symbol for divine feminine energy and divine mother energy, just like Isis was in ancient Egypt. Isis was the mother of Horus, the divine child. With this card coming out, there's a lot here, and a very powerful ancient feminine ancestor is coming through in this card. Somebody who is very close to the earth, somebody who does the rituals, somebody who does these ancient ritual techniques, ancient offerings, somebody very wise and knowledgeable is coming through with this specific card. And this card actually came out in the last pile, but the energy it's bringing in this pile is completely different. It's so potent. I'm getting like very specifically like a very strong ancestor elder here is coming through, and they want to talk to you specifically about opening up your intuition, opening up your intuitive nature, opening up those more feminine, divine feminine qualities that you have, no matter how you identify through your gender expression. Let's see what else is here. But wow, I'm blown away by that energy. We also have the Four of Air with lavender, Four of Swords. Again, lavender has that beautiful purple energy, so we're dealing with a lot of blues and purples, like is being reflected in the Priestess of Malta card. And those blues and purples, to me, they really represent and they talk about the third eye and the crown chakra, our clairvoyant abilities, our clairsentient abilities, our direct connection to spirit and the divine. And I think that's what the ancestors want to start to talk to you today about, is opening up your clairvoyant channels, your clairvoyant abilities, opening up your connection specifically to the divine, opening up your crown chakra energy and your third eye chakra energy as well. We have the Daughter of Earth with Linden. This is the Page of Pentacles here. Playful, childlike energy here. This person, this child is kind of weaving these sticks in and out, creating a beautiful boundary for this garden here. I feel like this card is talking about sacred space and sacred temples, even talking about specifically bringing in a strong foundational energy into your spiritual practice, bringing in, I can't remember the right words for it, but when you declare a space as sacred, I think they're speaking about that. I think they want you to declare a sacred space to do maybe ritual work or to meditate. They want you to kind of put boundaries up in a certain area and to really have a dedicated space for your spiritual practice. We also have the curandera of water, or the King of Cups here with seaweed. Again, very, very ancient energy here coming through. This is like the healer of water to me, this card. It's like the elder of the element of water. So again, very ancient energy, very spiritual energy, very healing. This is also giving me like very temple, Isis temple vibes. A priestess of Isis, a priestess of the goddess, somebody who has been a priestess for their career, for their life. I'm getting like the ancestor that's coming through is probably somebody who may or may not have been a high priestess in ancient times, maybe serving a water goddess, maybe serving Isis. It could really be anything, because goddesses have been evolving and changing throughout history. But yeah, you guys have strong ancestors, strong spiritual practitioners as well. You might be working with ancestors who are diviners, who are or have been more of that shaman, healer energy, an indigenous healer, medicine person as well. That could be the energy that is working with you. And they want to talk about your dreaming quality, your ability to see prophetic things through dreaming. I'm just getting so much energy here around spiritual abilities, and these ancestors want to help you to open up your spiritual abilities. There's lots of different things here talking about, you know, different ways of doing things throughout time, different rituals, different, you know, practices. And wow, the energy is just so strong right now. We have the Wheel of Fortune here with the kitchen garden. Beautiful. We have the High Priestess with mugwort. Wow, you guys. I mean, I'm not surprised this came out, because this is like the energy throughout this whole reading is High Priestess energy. But I love when these synchronicities happen. We also have the Daughter of Water here with chamomile. And do you see all of this beautiful water symbols? Again, the fish, the seashell, the water in the background, the pouring of the beautiful water into the tea to make a beautiful infusion. They're talking about the sacred powers and energies of water here. And to me, water is, you know, like fresh water, seawater. These are the ancient depictions of the goddess. This is kind of the goddess at her most ancient, is when you connect with water. We have seashells here, and yeah. I mean, I'm not surprised, because, you know, the Priestess of Malta, right? And we had the blue and the purple flowers coming out, and then we have the High Priestess coming out. And this High Priestess card, you know, we have the scroll representing the sacred knowledge of the High Priestess. We have the different crystals here. You know what, and I'm actually kind of being drawn to the guidebook to see what is actually in this jar, so I might do that in a second. But we also have the rose hips here. So rose, again, rose is, you know, representing Aphrodite and Venus. We have the beautiful moon symbols talking about those clairvoyant abilities, those prophetic abilities, those abilities to be kind of like an oracle, somebody who knows things that it's very mysterious and mystical as how they could know such knowledge. These are the ancestors that want to work with you guys. They want to help you open up your prophetic abilities, your spiritual abilities, your more feminine abilities, like divine feminine abilities, your abilities to connect to earth, water, those nurturing qualities. And we also have Death here with Marigold talking about the ancestors. So yeah, there's so much energy here. Strong ancestors are coming through for you guys today. There's so much help from the ancestral realm coming through to support you guys on your journey of opening up clairvoyant abilities. And I'm just going to quickly look at the guidebook to see exactly what is in those vials, because I do actually forget. And I don't always use the guidebooks. I really go with my intuition, but I'm just so drawn to this for some reason. So let's see what's in here. We have, so mugwort, the herb of dreams. What the guidebook says is, follow the fragrance of mystery, awaken ancient memory, divine messages in dreams and visions. So this is depicting somebody creating a mugwort dream pillow. So they are taking a little cloth, they are putting mugwort inside, and they are going to put this on their bed at night to induce more lucid and prophetic dreams. Okay, so these vials are filled with copal and storax resin. And that's very interesting. I was so drawn to see what was in there. So that is resin. The most ancient form of incense was actually resins, tree resins like copal and pine. And, if you're familiar with frankincense and myrrh, those are also resins from trees, and they're very fragrant, and they have been used in spiritual practices for 10,000 years, if not more. In the sacred temples, you could usually find resin being burned. I know copal is very popular in Mesoamerica, in, the Mayan traditions and the Aztec traditions, which is depicted in the death card here with the Aztec holiday of the Day of the Dead, where those cultures honored the ancestors, the passed on loved ones. And I don't actually know a lot about storax resin. I could research that more, or you could if you feel drawn to. But yeah, there's deep ancient things here that are ready to be awakened within you. So I would not be surprised if you are related, or if you have ancestors who were very, very strong diviners, very strong, powerful priestesses or priests in deep ancient times, like Egypt or even Greece or even Malta. Those beautiful temples on the island of Malta that are very ancient. They think they are 10,000 or more years old. I would not be surprised if you have other very ancient healers and spiritual workers in your lineage, and that could be anywhere on the globe. But yeah, you guys are really being called by the ancestors right now to focus on dreams, visions, clairvoyant abilities, sacred rituals, spiritual practices, whatever it is you feel called to explore and research more. Definitely follow your intuition and gut there. Like if you've been feeling called to maybe explore like flower essences, or more subtle forms of healing like that, definitely follow your gut there. If you've been being called to learn more about divination practices or something like that, explore that. If you've been feeling called to, you know, it could be anything. If it's crystals, if it's herbs, if it's gardening, if it's leaving offerings for ancestors, if it's doing something that you feel is more playful and fun, like doing something creative with the intention of connecting to these energies in some way. I'm seeing so many things cross my vision as to what you guys might be doing in the future, or how you might be connecting to these sacred powers that you possess and that the ancestors want to help open up and re-inspire. Maybe as a child you guys were kind of more spiritual, and because of just the way our society is, you've maybe not been focusing on that. Like, they want you to refocus on the things that you consider very spiritual and the things that you like to do. So maybe that's dream work for some of you guys, because I'm just seeing so many moons in this spread. You know, I'm seeing like a moon ring here. I'm seeing these as the moon. There's lots of moons in the High Priestess card. Seeing that as a moon. Maybe it's like dreaming and visioning and doing imagination visualizations. It could be anything like that. Definitely keep a dream journal if you have been having lots of dreams and lots of intense dreams. Whew, this energy is gorgeous. I feel like I could talk for a while about these ancestors that are coming through, but I don't want to get too carried away. I think the main message is for you guys to just start to focus on your divine feminine qualities and opening up your spiritual gifts. I'm going to pull some more oracle cards to see if other messages want to come out for you guys at this time. More messages, please, for my pile 3. Messages from the ancestors of pile 3, please. Messages from the ancestors of pile 3. Maybe you do have a connection to Malta, because I'm just being drawn to Malta again. Maybe you do have ancestors from that area, and I believe now Malta is part of Italy. It's, you know, in the Mediterranean. Maybe you have ancestors from there, and maybe researching that area could be really like eye-opening and rewarding for you guys. But yeah, if you work with deities, I think the goddesses want to work with you, that goddess energy. Even Mother Mary, if you might be more into that energy. Mary, Isis, Venus, Aphrodite, these are the kind of goddess energies that are wanting to kind of come through and be explored. Yeah, beautiful energy here, honestly. Such divine feminine energy. Fire, passion, and look at this beautiful divine feminine figure we have here being represented. Wow, I've never seen this image in quite this way before. I feel like this is kind of representing this priestess or this spiritual practitioner, like this ancestor that's kind of been trickling through this reading. And this is kind of, I feel like, a depiction of the energy coming through. It's somebody who's very confident, very knowledgeable, really centered in divine feminine energy and passion and love, and they have so much wisdom to share with you. They want to share wisdom with you. They want to share these spiritual abilities with you. I'm seeing this fire as almost like the wisdom they want to share with you, and like they want to ignite the flame of fire inside of you. They want to ignite illumination and enlightenment inside of you. They want to help you on your journey as you become a practitioner yourself, as you become more of a spiritual person who does more spiritual work like rituals or just medicine making, whatever you resonate with. They want to help you and guide you on your journey. Bones for casting, divination here. Yeah, I'm not surprised this card came out. This is a very ancient form of divination depicting bone throwing. Bone throwing is a very ancient practice, very ancestral to different parts of the world, where ancient diviners would need to read energy and they would need to gain information from the spirit world. So they would have sacred symbols represented in the bones. And as the bones fell in a certain way, they could divine what was happening in the spirit world, or they could, get the information that they needed to help people with, help divine cures from the spirit world, to help people through their ailments and things like that. So this card is coming out to talk about those abilities that you possess as being an ancestor of this wise person that's coming through. You have the abilities to do divination, to read energy, to maybe use divination to diagnose what's happening with people, so you can prescribe medicines and things like that. Or if that doesn't resonate, you just have the ability to read spiritual energy, read the signs and the synchronicities from ancestors, spirit guides, and the universe. So paying close attention to coincidences, paying close attention to signs and symbols you see out in your daily life. Whatever resonates with you, you have these clairvoyant abilities, and these ancestors want to help you to expand them and to open them up and go deeper with them. Yes, you guys, water here with expression. The powers of water, the goddess, wants to work with you. It's time for you guys to express your spiritual abilities. Express your spiritual abilities. Express your spiritual abilities. I just needed to say that so you guys could really hear the power and the potency here. The ancestors want you to show and expose your spiritual abilities and powers and to share them with other people. Wow. For the first time, I've been using this oracle deck for months now. I have never seen a figure in the water. Today, I'm seeing a figure in the water. I hope it's coming through, but there's a face here. At least I'm seeing a face here, and I'm seeing two uplifted arms. There is a strong priestess ancestor coming through so strongly here. This ancestor wants to guide you on your path of awakening your spiritual abilities, of offering rituals and sacred services up to the divine feminine, to the water, to those celestial bodies like the Star of Isis and which is the Star of Sirius. I imagine everyone in this group probably views the divine feminine in different ways. You probably have your own way of working with the divine feminine. You might, work with specific deities, or you might be in the future, but I'm just blown away because I've never seen this figure before, and today, while we're doing this reading, I'm seeing a figure in the water. It's somebody who's so connected to the energy of water, clairvoyant abilities, intuition, dreams, visions, and this is what they want for you. So if you feel called to I would start exploring this, exploring how you want to connect with this kind of energy? Do you want to do dream work? Do you want to do rituals? Do you want to do it all? Do you want to make medicine? Do you want to leave offerings for this ancestor? Do you want to get into divination? Do you want to explore crystals more? Do you want to plant a garden? Do you want to water that garden daily and have it be a spiritual practice? You know, I think everyone watching this pile is going to want to do a different thing, and a different spiritual practice is going to resonate with each of you guys. But the energy here is just so potent and so strong. I feel like very specifically there is this priestess or this energy worker, ancestor, shaman, ancestor, however, whatever word you like, you guys have a very strong, potent, powerful ancestor that wants to work with you. They want to show you the road to opening up your abilities. They want to show you the way. They want to show you what to do next. So keep following your intuition. Do the things that feel right for you. Go where your interests are calling you, whatever you're attracted to. Research that stuff more, go deeper. Open up dialogue with this ancestor, open up a dialogue with this energy. See what comes back in the form of watching out for those symbols, signs, and synchronicities. I just think a lot of potent messages and information will be coming to you guys very clearly and very soon. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing for you guys, group 3. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you did like this reading, please leave me a comment down below letting me know how this resonated with you. I would just love to know, like, where you feel called, like what direction is calling you as you were listening to this reading. Is it more of like goddess work, or is it more dream work? Like, whatever it is, just let me know, because this was such a beautiful, deep, powerful reading. I'm blown away with what came out today. Just thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave me a comment. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I sincerely hope to see you in one of my next readings.